Now we're going to look into the benefits of using functions within Control Rig. So if we go to the My Blueprint tab, you'll see there's a section called Functions. From here you can add functions which will do certain tasks. So for example, if you're going to do the same type of calculation multiple times, you could turn it into a function which takes inputs and has outputs. Or you can select things in the graph and just collapse it to a function and it will appear in this list. So you can use this for organizational purposes or just to reuse the same pieces of code. I'm just going to select everything we've done with the legs, so all of these nodes, including the for each. Right click and click collapse to function. And that turns all of this into this one node, which is called new function. I'm just going to delete those comments. So we've got the new function, and you can see it on the side called new function. If we double click that, you can see it's everything we were doing with the leg IK. So instead of having each variable manually plugged in, I'm just going to plug the transform into the effector, which is doing the same thing. And I'm going to click on this new function, right click, rename, and call it set final leg IK, and then compile. So because this function is getting the current position of the foot, and then using that to set the foot location based on the IK, anything that we do before this function, it will use the new foot location. So if we move the foot, for example, by moving the whole body up and down, it's using that as the foot location. But then when we call the set final leg IK function, no matter what we've done with the foot, it will position the calf and the thigh to make all the leg match up. So just to demonstrate this, and you don't need to follow along with this step, I'm just going to get the left foot and do a set transform for the left foot. And I'm just going to set this multiplier to 0 so the character's not moving. And I'm just going to offset the position of the foot by adding a value to it, as we've done before. I've unhooked the set final leg IK node, and I'm just plugging in some values and plugging in that set transform, and then change it from pelvis to foot L, and you can see that it's moved the foot. If I plug the rotation in, the foot has just been moved forward based on whatever I plug into Y. So I can move it up, forward, whatever I do. And then when I plug in the set final IK, it makes all the leg match up. So wherever we position the foot to be, once the set final leg IK is plugged in, it will fix all of the leg so that the foot reaches that final position. So as we did before in the rig graph, we're just going to select all of these nodes. So where we offset the pelvis, we're going to select them all, right click, and then we're going to collapse these to a function. And we're going to right click on this function, choose rename, and we'll call this offset pelvis. And at a later point we might call this offset spine because it might do more than just the pelvis and it might change all of the spine bones, but we'll just leave it as that for now.